At Heartland Ranch, a place of sprawling skies and cherished memories, T and Amy have weathered life's most challenging storms. Through sorrow and joy, healing and heartache, they've forged a bond that seems indomitable. Yet, as seasons turn, their world is poised for another transformation. In what seems like a new chapter, perhaps Heartland Season 19, the steadfast couple is on the brink of their most profound and daunting adventure yet. Amy and Ty are expect. The pressing question remains, can they navigate this new path, or will the gravity of their aspirations create a divide between them? The scene opens with a sweeping view of Heartland Ranch at dawn, the landscape bathed in a gentle, golden luminescence, the natural symphony of the morning birds singing, the wind whispering through the foliage, fills the air. It's a morning ripe with promise, yet an unspoken apprehension lingers over the ranch transition to the barn. Amy is grooming a horse, her thoughts visibly distant. Her actions are methodical, but her mind is clearly elsewhere. She pauses, looking at the horse, then glances towards the barn door. The external world is serene, but her internal state is tumultuous. T steps into the barn, the sound of his boots soft on the hay-strewn floor. He carries a smile, but it doesn't quite mask a deeper concern he seems to be shouldering. He stops a short distance from Amy, observing her with a tender yet worried expression. "Amy," he begins, his voice soft. Amy turns to him, their eyes meeting. She releases a quiet sigh, finding it difficult to articulate her thought. Her mind is a whirlwind of emotions she can't yet express. T moves a little closer. "I know we've touched on this, but are you truly okay? You've seemed preoccupied these past few days." Amy manages a faint smile, exhaling slowly. "I'm all right, Ty." Just lost in thought, Ty studies her, knowing there's more she isn't saying. He approaches, placing a comforting hand on her arm. "I know you're thrilled. We both are. But there's so much to get ready for. Things are going to change significantly." Amy's smile wavers, her gaze dropping to the horse as if seeking composure. "Yes, I know." Her voice is subdued, almost delicate. "It feels like everything is happening so quickly, and I'm not sure I'm prepared for it all." T's expression softens with empathy. He steps nearer, taking her hand. "Amy, we've overcome so much together. This is merely another chapter, and we'll face it side by side." Every step of the journey, Amy nods. Though the apprehension remains in her eyes, she looks at him, searching for reassurance. What if we aren't truly ready? What if we can't do this right? What if we fall short? Ty considers her words, seeking the right response to calm her anxieties. "Amy, you're already a wonderful mother figure. You've dedicated so much to this ranch, to me, to our family. We'll navigate this. We have each other. That's paramount." A moment of silence hangs between them. A silence filled with both trepidation and hope. Amy gently squeezes his hand, still uncertain but drawing strength from his words. She looks up at him, and for a fleeting instant, a glimpse of her resilient spirit shines through. Strong, resolute, ready for the future. "I'm just frightened, Ty," she confesses softly. "This is entirely new territory for me." T offers a gentle smile, drawing her into a comforting hug. "You don't need to be scared. We're navigating this together." The scene holds on them for a moment, embraced in the barn, amidst the horses they've nurtured and the land they've diligently cultivated. It's a moment of tranquility, yet underscored by the inevitable current of change. There's no looking back. The sonogram image is clutched in Amy's hand, her fingers trembling slightly as she examines it. The camera focuses on the image, the subtle sound of a heartbeat playing softly. It serves as a poignant reminder of what's at stake, the new life they are about to welcome. It signifies more than just a baby. It's the dawn of a new era in their lives. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting elongated shadows across Heartland Ranch, a cool zephyr rustles through the trees, carrying with it the murmurs of impending change. Inside the house, the quiet rhythm of life continues. Amy and Ty are seated at the kitchen table, a sense of unease palpable between them. T shifts in his chair, observing Amy as she meticulously folds a small blanket. Her movements are careful, almost mechanical, betraying her preoccupation. A quiet tension fills the space, born not of anger, but of something less defined, Something deeper. Amy's mind is racing. A fact Tai discerns from her expressive eyes. Amy, Tai starts, his voice gentle yet firm. We need to talk about this. We can't keep avoiding it. Amy looks up, a hint of frustration in her expression. She's reluctant to delve into the conversation, not when everything feels so precarious. Yet, she knows Tai is right. The doubts are always there, casting a shadow of uncertainty over everything. I'm not avoiding it, she replies, her tone a touch sharper than intended. It's just, everything is shifting so rapidly. This wasn't something we were planning for. Tai doesn't press further, acknowledging the truth in her words. This change was unexpected. Only a short while ago, their life felt straightforward. Now, with a baby on the way, every choice feels magnified, every concern more acute. I understand, he responds softly, but we've faced more difficult situations. We've managed greater challenges. Amy sighs, her hand resting gently on her stomach. I don't know, Tai. I keep imagining all the things that could potentially go wrong. The pressure, the sleepless nights. Will we manage the ranch, our relationship, and the baby? Tai looks at her, his gaze earnest. What if we don't have all the answers right now? What if we just take it one day at a time? Amy shakes her head slightly, the burden of the unknown weighing heavily on her. But what if that one step we take leads us in the wrong direction? Silence descends upon the kitchen, broken only by the faint ticking of the wall clock, marking time's relentless march. Amy stares at the table, lost in her reflection. Tai watches her, his own mind grappling with unanswerable questions. But one thing is clear, he cannot let her face this burden alone. He rises and moves to her side, kneeling before her and gently taking her hands. His voice is quiet and steady, a calm in her internal storm. Look, I'm apprehensive too, okay? I don't know what the future holds, but I know this. We've never been solitary in our struggles. We've always had each other. Amy meets his gaze, her eyes softening slightly. She isn't entirely convinced, but his presence, his unwavering reassurance, offers a fleeting moment of peace. We've never been solitary, she repeats softly, as if testing the words. But this feels distinct. This is an entirely new kind of challenge, and I can't help but wonder if we're truly prepared for it. Tai exhales deeply, his eyes reflecting his own insecurities. Yet he remains determined not to let her bear this doubt alone. Perhaps we aren't fully ready now, but we will be. We always adapt. We always find our way. He pauses, then continues. We've always managed to resolve things, Amy, by working together. A faint, bittersweet smile touches Amy's lips. I truly want to believe that. Tai squeezes her hands, his thumb gently brushing her knuckles. Then allow me to help you believe it. One day at a time. We'll navigate this. We've encountered worse and emerged stronger. Amy nods, but a trace of doubt still lingers in her. She wants to trust him, to believe that everything will be all right. But the fear of the unknown is a formidable adversary. The fear of inadequacy, the fear of losing their identities in the process, weighs on her. Later that night, a quiet moment unfolds. Tai is in the barn, working late, the rhythmic sound of his hammering echoing in the stillness. He's absorbed in thought, replaying his conversation with Amy. He pauses, looking around the familiar space, his sanctuary, the place where he's always found peace. But now, even here, a persistent unease troubles him. Suddenly a sound from behind makes him turn. Amy is standing in the doorway, her expression soft yet weary. She looks at him, and for the first time in what feels like an eternity, her eyes are not filled with doubt, but with a raw vulnerability. I'm sorry, she says quietly. I didn't intend to make things more difficult for you. Tai approaches her, his features soften. He reaches for her hand, drawing her into a gentle embrace. You don't need to apologize. We're both just trying to figure this out. Amy nods against his chest, the weight of her anxieties pressing down, yet she finds a quiet solace in his hold. For a moment, they simply stand there, absorbing the stillness of the night, acknowledging that the path ahead will be fraught with both joy and uncertainty. But for now they are united in it. The days meld into weeks, each one a flurry of preparations, lingering uncertainties, and a quiet anticipation that is both comforting and unsettling. The sun rises a little later each day, casting a warm golden light over Heartland Ranch, bringing with it a subtle sense of urgency. Amy and Ty are striving to remain focused, to put everything in order, but life, as it often does, has a way of presenting unexpected challenges. In the kitchen, Amy is at the table, surrounded by stacks of baby clothes, a lengthy to-do list, and a deluge of advice from well-meaning family and friends. Her brow is furrowed in concentration as she ticks items off her notepad, but her mind is clearly elsewhere. She feels overwhelmed. Despite her meticulous planning and organization, there's always something overlooked. Another task added to the seemingly endless list. Ty enters, wiping his hands on a cloth. He looks tired, yet there's a different air about him today. He's carrying a small, newly crafted wooden rocking horse. Made this for the nursery, Ty announces, a hopeful tone in his voice, as he places it near Amy. Amy looks up, a faint smile gracing her lips. It's lovely, Ty, she says, though her voice doesn't carry its usual enthusiasm. The truth is, she wonders if anything will ever feel truly perfect again. Ty sits beside her, sensing the tension she carries. Hey, he begins softly, I know it's a lot, but we're in this together, remember? Amy nods, but the burden of unknowns weighs heavily on her spirit. I keep thinking about everything that might not go as planned, Ty. What if I'm not cut out to be a mother? What if I can't manage it all? Ty takes her hand, giving it a gentle squeeze. Amy, you're more than ready, and you don't have to tackle everything at once. We'll take it one day, one moment at a time. Amy looks at him, striving to find faith in his words. She wants to more than anything, but a part of her remains unsettled. What if I'm not capable enough? She whispers, her vulnerability raw and palpable. Ty's expression softens further, and he pulls her closer, wrapping an arm around her. Amy, you've always been capable. You're more than capable. You've already given so much to this family. You'll be the most wonderful mom this little one could ever wish for. I'm certain of it. Amy leans into his embrace, closing her eyes, trying to absorb the comfort he offers, but her thoughts continue to swirl. I've never done this before, Ty. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Ty smiles, his thumb gently stroking her hand. None of us truly do at first, but we learn and adapt as we go. You and me, together. Just as Amy begins to feel a semblance of calm, her phone buzzes on the table. It's a text from Lou asking if she needs any assistance with the nursery. Amy glances at Ty before quickly replying, politely thanking Lou, but assuring her she has it under control. She puts the phone down, her gaze returning to the baby items spread across the table. The reality of it all feels immense now, far larger than she had ever anticipated. What once felt like a dream now resembles a gathering storm on the horizon, unpredictable and beyond her command. Ty observes her closely, noticing the subtle shift in her demeanor. You know you don't have to face this by yourself, right? You have me. You have Jack, Lou, everyone. We're all here to support you. Amy manages a weak smile but doesn't respond. She's reluctant to admit the depth of her fear, how utterly unprepared she feels. The world is changing at a dizzying pace, and the future feels profoundly uncertain. It isn't just the baby that's bringing about change. It's everything. The ranch, their relationship, their entire existence. Later that evening, Ty is in the white barn, tinkering with a piece of equipment. The air is crisp, the sky above him darkening as he wipes grease from his hands. He pauses, gazing at the stars beginning to emerge. For the first time in what feels like weeks, a peculiar stillness settles over him, a moment of unexpected clarity. He has always been the resilient one, the one who keeps everything steady. But now the weight of impending fatherhood is beginning to press upon him. He knows he cannot bear this load alone, and for the first time, he questions if he is truly ready for what lies ahead. He hears soft footsteps and turns to see Amy standing in the barn doorway, looking at him with an expression that blends vulnerability with an underlying strength. She says nothing, but Ty can read her eyes. She's just as frightened as he is. Without a word, he walks towards her and pulls her into a firm, reassuring hug. Amy rests her head against his chest, the quiet comfort of his embrace grounding her. I'm scared, Ty, she admits, her voice trembling slightly. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not sure I can be the mother our child needs. Ty pulls back just enough to gently lift her chin, meeting her eyes. You don't need to have all the answers right now. I don't either, but we'll figure it out. We always find a way. Amy nods, the tightness in her chest easing a fraction as she leans into him once more. For a moment, they stand together in the quiet sanctuary of the barn, the stars above them bearing witness to the dawn of their new chapter. They are still afraid. They still don't know precisely what the future holds, but for the first time in a long while they feel an undeniable certainty about one thing. They have each other. The ensuing weeks are a whirlwind of activity, doctor's appointments, baby preparations, and the ongoing effort to keep up with the daily responsibilities of ranch life. Yet, amidst all the controlled chaos, a sense of quiet anticipation permeates the air. The ranch itself feels different, as if it's holding its breath, awaiting a significant event. Amy and Ty are working with renewed diligence, but there's a subtle shift in their priority. The future is no longer solely about them. It's about the family they are about to welcome into their world. Amy is standing in the nearly completed nursery, gazing at the crib they recently assembled. The room is compact, but cozy, adorned with soft, gentle colors, and the faint, sweet aroma of new paint. She is alone, the only sound the rhythmic ticking of a small clock on the wall. Her hand rests lightly on the crib's wooden edge, her fingers tracing its surface, as if she's already envisioning the life that will soon animate this space. Her reverie is broken by the sound of Ty's footsteps in the hallway. He pauses at the doorway, observing her with a look of quiet empathy. He doesn't need to speak. He can feel the significance of the moment just as profoundly as she does. You doing okay? He asks, his voice low and filled with genuine concern. Amy turns to him, offering a faint smile, but it's evident that an internal disquiet still lingers. I'm not sure, she confesses softly. I keep thinking about what's coming, about what kind of parents we'll be. Are we truly up for this? Ty steps closer, his gaze gentle yet unwavering. We're going to be wonderful parents, Amy. You'll see. Amy sighs, her gaze returning to the crib. I want to believe that. I really do, but sometimes I doubt if I'm strong enough for all of this. What if I make mistakes? What if I don't know what to do when the time comes? Ty moves to her side, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. You're already doing everything that's needed. You've been unconsciously preparing for this your entire life, and you're not facing it alone. Amy, you have me, and we have each other. Amy manages a small smile, one that reflects a mixture of hope and lingering uncertainty. I just don't want to get this wrong, she whispers. You won't, Ty reassures her firmly. We're in this journey together. A soft, contented silence envelops the room, but it's soon punctuated by Lou's voice from downstairs. Hey Amy, can I come up for a sec? Amy turns to see Lou in the doorway, holding a small gift basket. There's a characteristic brightness in Lou's demeanor, as if she's arrived to dispense her usual dose of optimism. Of course, Amy says, stepping aside. Lou walks towards the crib, placing the basket beside it. She looks at Amy, her eyes bright with excitement. I found some adorable little things I'd been saving. I still can't quite believe this is all happening. You're going to be such a fantastic mom, Amy. This baby is going to be incredibly lucky to have you. Amy smiles at Lou's infectious enthusiasm, but a flicker of hesitation remains in her eyes. I hope so, she murmurs. I just keep focusing on all the things I don't yet know. What if I mess up? Lou tilts her head, considering Amy's words. Hey, listen, she says gently. Nobody's perfect, and you don't need to have every single thing figured out right this minute. Being a parent isn't about achieving perfection. It's about being present, showing up consistently, and giving your unconditional love. And I have absolutely no doubt you'll do all of that beautifully. Amy nods, finding a measure of comfort in Lou's words. Perhaps she doesn't need all the answers. Perhaps the most crucial thing is simply to show up each day, ready to love,
even when things feel challenging. The following morning, Ty and Amy are walking together through the dew-kissed fields, the golden light of dawn painting the landscape before them. Ty's hand rests lightly on Amy's back, a steady presence as they navigate the tall grass. A palpable calmness fills the air today, a sense of peace that feels well-earned after weeks of worry. As they walk, Amy looks over at Ty, her eyes reflecting a blend of awe and apprehension. I still don't know exactly how we'll manage everything, Ty, she admits, but I'm ready to try. I truly want to try. Ty smiles, his eyes filled with an unmistakable love and pride. We will manage. We'll figure it all out, step by step, and we'll be more than okay. They pause their walk for a moment, standing side by side, surveying the land they have poured their hearts and souls into building. It's a moment of profound stillness, an opportunity for quiet reflection on how far they've come, and the journey that still lies ahead. Amy looks up at Ty, her hand instinctively finding his. Together, she says softly, a quiet affirmation. Ty nods, giving her hand a reassuring squeeze. Always together for the first time in many weeks, Amy feels a distinct flicker of certainty, a quiet confidence blooming in her chest. Maybe she doesn't need to possess all the knowledge or have every step mapped out. Maybe the path ahead will indeed be filled with unexpected twists and turns, moments of doubt, and unforeseen challenges. But with Ty steadfastly by her side, she knows, with a conviction that settles deep within her, that they can face whatever comes their way, fortified by their shared love and resilience. The final scene is a picturesque shot of Heartland Ranch bathed in the warm glow of sunset. The golden light casts long dancing shadows across the familiar land. Amy and Ty are walking hand in hand, their comfortable silence speaking volumes about the deep love, unwavering strength and enduring partnership they share. In the near distance, the faint, rhythmic sound of a horse's hooves can be heard, a gentle reminder that life on the ranch, with its constant demands and beautiful rhythms, is never truly still for long. But for this precious fleeting moment, it is more than enough for them to